From the couch conversation, Steve go. And from the couch conversation, and be honest, I don't even want to do all that. I'm trying to, when I talk, excuse me, or when I speak about things, right? It's like I'm trying to wait for these bells to stop ringing and let me know I'm on my other stations. But look, I don't really know how to word stuff to make it sound like professional and stuff like that. So that's why I try to stick to what I know and talk the way I know. I just I just finished talking with another police supervisor. Let me make that clear. What I told this lady, right, and this wasn't Sergeant Rebecca, but it was another one from around in this district. And I'm glad that they listened. And the reason why I'm saying that because this lady told me the same things that she's trying to do stuff where they can better connect with the community and relate with the community, right? And I'm only saying this, y'all, because I'm like, if we stood up, if we unified, do y'all realize a lot more of this stuff, like the violence and criminal activity, can be slowed down if we came together as a unit? And then what I'm doing, I'm finding people little by little by little that's serious at the police department that wants to help, turn the community around. And to better understand like certain organizations that's in that community or programs or businesses like mine that's in the community but doing the work to help turn lives around, and there's certain stuff put into place to actually stop you from doing what you're trying to do to better the place, the community, right? This lady handed me a paper because she thought I wanted to write a report, or as far as reporting the polices that didn't really give me the help that I needed. Now, I don't want to point at the polices itself because when you don't know, you don't know. When you don't know, you don't know. So I'm talking to, only thing I'm doing is asking these people to leave my program. It's that simple. It's that simple. Then I have to wait and listen to you tell me about the landlord tenant thing and this and that 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 and this and that. And then I tell you that doesn't apply to my housing program. But you still want to keep telling me what I got to do. Already know when it's a landlord tenant disagreement thing, I already know. And then I got to tell you something like this. Well, I'm one of the persons with Community United and us and other organizations help the council member Bill Henry and them get that bill passed for some lords to become licensed landlords, right? So I already know the tenant rights and the things that, now I'm just speaking on one half there. Let me make that clear. But with Communities United, we fight for fair housing and fair wages for inner city people. But with Communities United, we do it with the black community, mainly if you being uh, discriminated against with housing. And if you work in a job where somebody might be making more, we can come in and, help change some things. But that's only encouraging and motivating and doing protests for the people to change some things. I already know all of this. And I'm armed with all of this. But it's when I come across people that really don't understand. Now, talking to this sergeant tonight, and I told her, I said, really, landlord tenant. If a landlord put you out, basically, say for not paying your rent, you gotta go, right? They really don't have to go to court. They don't. But if they want, the back payments and stuff like that, and because of their breach of contract, your lease and all that type of stuff, now they have to do the proper protocol. But if you willing to move without them doing all that, then they don't have to follow that process. That's why I was trying to tell a lady, right, that they can get you out their property without going through all that. But it's when you put up the fight, that's when they got to go through all that. Because just like I said, you can read one paragraph and it tell you how everything is about, or one section, it'll tell you like what this is for, what this is about. And then if you go maybe 3 sections down, it will share to you too, like landlords can do this and do that without going to courts. But now keep in mind, like I said, that's only when you don't want to follow the landlord's suggestion or something like that. Then they got to evict you because you fighting not to go. That's what these people doing. Now I'm saying this right because I want this to get over to Twitter, because I'm on Twitter, and I wanted to get the link LinkedIn or whatever, because I'm on that too. Because the reason why I'm getting ready to say this, now check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. Because of the type of business I'm running, because of the type of program I have, it's really nothing they can do. Nothing. Not even the sheriff department. Nothing. Because most of them do regular tenant landlord agreements. Mine's an eviction for 70. I can give you 3 days to go. But the whole goal is I give you time to like go try to find somewhere else to go. So on that third day, you should have somewhere to go and you go. Now I'm giving you this out of courtesy. I can give you 48. If I tell you leave now, you leave. I want you out. But if you want to argue and it might get into a fight, now this one I need 911. Don't miss what I'm getting ready to say next. Because the type of eviction I have and the program I have, I can go and pay 5 guys off the corner. Now this is the way I'm looking at it. They gotta make the brother feel intimidated to get enough stuff, hand me my keys, and get out. And that's the brother. What about the sister? Because now, mind y'all, the police hands are tied, they can't do nothing. The sheriff's hands are tied, they can't do nothing. So how else am I gonna get them out the house? And guess what? Like I told them, they not gonna go without a fight. So what do? I know they're not gonna go without a fight. I know that. So I'm asking the police, since your hands are tied, the sheriff's hands are tied, what we gonna do? Now guess what? This is what I told them. If I go and get 5 people, maybe 10, to go in there and say, hey bro, you gotta go, do you think you gonna just walk out? So a fight gonna break out. And guess what? Now y'all gonna wanna lock somebody up. Why you wanna lock them up? Didn't I been telling y'all for the longest time? I want them out. You just can't tell them, excuse me, young man or young lady, he don't want you in his business no more. You gotta make it clear. That's all you gotta say. You bring me your key, pack up some stuff, And when you come back to get the rest of your stuff, make sure you be escorted by police. I ain't got no problem with that. But y'all told me y'all can't do nothing. But if a fight break out of all this stuff I'm doing, then y'all want to charge people because they broke the law. Why we gotta wait for that? And let's be real, why we gotta wait for that? When I'm trying to do preventive maintenance stuff. And that's what I was telling the lady tonight. She already knows. She like, Mr. Well, I already know it's nothing y'all could do, but it is. That's all you gotta do is tell them go. But they don't want to be held responsible. I said, don't worry about it, because I got the paper here. So it's to protect me as well as you. I just need them off the premises. And then I told her, I said, the girl went and got a petition right here. So I can't go back into my housing program. And then on top of that, I got my studio in there where I do my live conversation, stuff like that. So if you looked at her, the look she gave me, because it's a program, it's a housing program. And she already understand now that if I ask you to leave, you gotta go. So now y'all preventing me from going into my business to deal with other clients too. Because of one person that feels like their life in danger. And if I want to do something to them, I got the key to the house. I got the key to their bedroom. So if I wanted to come in and do something, I could do it. That should be indications that he's not trying to do anything like that. But like I told her, I said, everything I'm telling you, they totally ignored me. Because they going off a landlord tenant. So you know what I did? I started showing her stuff where people like programs like myself, we don't have to go through all this. So this is new for them. This is new. And she like, oh my God, I want to learn more about this because, man, this when she telling me that her goal is to, understand stuff that they don't really know. And this is something that's like they never knew, that I can put a person out without going through all that. Now, the only time I'm supposed to call 911, and it'll tell you, it give you the instructions. When you doing everything you can, and it's not like getting resolved, then you dial 911. Or you see it like spinning out of control, then you dial 911. But for me to call 911 and then you tell me it's nothing you can do, well, why in the hell should I call 911? When I already know what it told me. Because they say normally when you like somebody in your property and you want them to go, just the mentioning of 911 normally encourages them to go. So I told him. I was running the market. And I asked this guy what security company they work for. Because I said, I'm going to pay y'all. This is a big dude. Because I'm looking at him. I'm looking at somebody for Drake, since he want to run out of his mouth. I want somebody to intimidate him. Get that man his key. Get you a bag, just clothes for the night and get out. So the sergeant asked me too, when you want him out. I said, right now. Because I can do that. And I'm sharing everything with her. And then I'm telling the security dude. He said, give me your number. Now I'm kind of pumped because I done met somebody, another sergeant, that wants to do more community work. And us going to do the community work to better understand for them, and not just them, the polices, when it comes to working with the people in the community. So I told her, second one, I said, do you realize I need you more than you probably need me? Because the goal is I want them to help them better understand how to deal with our people and the type of people that, I deal with and stuff. So they'll know when they come out for certain things. And it's the second sergeant that told me they trying to put some stuff together where they could better help the people in the community. So basically, this is what my business do. And then I'm sharing with them about the multipurpose center that God laid. God laid two things on me: rehab and revitalizing houses for inner city people. Inner city, the ghetto, not around it, not on top of it, the ghetto, and the multipurpose center, and not just the multipurpose center. The multi-purpose centers that I'm looking at opening. We're gonna do music, art, theater, dance, and stuff like that. You can always get volunteers from like colleges to teach theater class, to teach drama, to teach females how to, or our young babies how to be young ladies. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. I got the business proposal for it. I just don't have nobody that's willing to do the necessary things to work with me. So basically, what I'm doing, I'm hearing God doing it now. Because I was telling the lady, I said, and it's not about a religious thing. It's a lesson right here that God is trying to show me. And not just me, because I need the right people lined up. So you want to talk about reducing the crime, reducing the gun violence. Then you're going to turn around Brandon Scott. Now, Safe Streets. Keep in mind, Safe Streets is a bunch of guys that was in prison, that's home. They live the lifestyle. They from prison. They home. But if you haven't taught them how to change their old ways of thinking, that's why a lot of them, when they come home, they go back off of old information because it's nothing new there. So you can only go off of the stuff that really got you in trouble anyway. They got abstinence from it because they haven't practiced it in a while, but it's no new way of life living. And the reason why I'm saying that, because I've been in this new way of life for 30 years today and been successful in walking away from a corrupt lifestyle a day at a time and not practicing that stuff again. So who can better help our people? And then y'all wonder why. I mean, y'all wonder what? Just I write just the way I talk too. And then y'all gonna wonder why it ain't working. Cause you're not putting a process, or y'all not teaching them, or y'all not showing them how to work up out of it. That's the problem. That's why we keep having the same things again. You got to show people what to do. You can tell them. I can tell you all the time. But in the process, you got to see it. So now when I say this again, 30 years clean today. I had to change my old ways of thinking or go back to using and stuff like that. And this is stuff they taught me early on, and I got scared because I did not want to be that same person that I was when I came in. So you got to have programs in place that's serious about helping people. Now, I understand if you went and got your degrees and stuff, don't get it wrong. But you don't have no personal experience behind your degrees. So how you going to understand where a person coming from? And then on top of that, you got to write a program for them to help them understand what the steps that you take, mainly to push a lot of that old information out. Because if you don't, then you're going to justify, rationalize, and make it look right for your indestructible behaviors. And y'all get mad at me when I get loud and I talk. That's passion. And the police told me tonight, right? Y'all know where I'm at. She said, I can feel your passion. You serious about what you do. And one of my clients, right? Tell me, I need to talk to you. I'm like, nope, I ain't getting you no money. I ain't in that, because I knew what she wanted. And I turned around and handed the $10. And I told the sergeant, I said, now see, the next group of people come in my program, I gotta keep it business, because my clients are spoiled to shit. And I feel like in a way, because I'm spoiling the hell out of them, I'm not helping them. Do y'all realize how hard that is? Because now what I got to do, I got to keep it business. It's not personal. And I told her that. I said, they spoiled this shit. I ain't talking about Dre and his sister. I'm talking about the ones that's doing what they do, what they got to do. To me, they like my babies. But then I have to understand it's business, Steve. So I said the next group of people come in, I can't let myself get too close to people. Do you know how that don't feel good to me? Because I can really understand and relate to where you at. But then in order for me to go a certain step, like act like I don't care. Listen to what I just said. I gotta act like I don't care in order to become a professional. I gotta keep it business no matter what. It's business. And for me to do that, I gotta act like I don't care about you. I don't give a hell. Um, and I know somebody might say, nah, you ain't gotta really do that in order for you to do what you do business wise. And you protecting your heart. It's like now I gotta act like it don't matter. Come on, that's real. Say what you want. It's real. I'm telling you some real stuff. And that's not how I am. But that's how I see I gotta be. Because it's business. I gotta act like I don't give a hell. And some people are right with shutting themselves out like that. And eventually, if I want to keep doing what I'm doing and be successful at it, I got to look at the business side. Now, think of everything that goes with the business side, right? So that's what I was telling the police, right? Because I begin to realize that. Thank you, baby girl. Van, this is you, and I told you it's coming up as a Facebook user, and that's Van. But at least I know it's you. And see, that's what me and the sergeant was talking about. And this is the second one, Van. And the only thing I could think of, I don't know. Well, I know it's God. Real simple. I know it's God moving me in the other direction. I know it's him. But this time, he's allowing certain things to happen, right? To get more, because I'm looking at it now, like police is involved in what I do in the community. Real, real. Real, 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 real. Because this is what I was telling the sergeant too, right? I will watch, like Brandon Scott and them, and they'll walk through the communities. They always go into the safer ones. Always. Always. And my thing is, they struggling down Pennsylvania North. Why y'all don't walk through there? And you don't have to come in with your badge on, your police stuff. Come in looking as normal as possible. If they know who you is, they know who you is. But you dressing down. You gotta dress down. So you can seem like ordinary people, and that's who y'all are. That's who we are. We're ordinary people. So I'm telling you, in order for them to feel you and feel comfortable, because I told the lady this too, right? Um, they, I'm telling Brandon Scott, Mayor Pugh, all of them, you got to learn to win the faith and the trust back in the community. Now, you don't have a problem with the senior citizens. You don't have a problem with the people in the more conservative areas. That's not the problem. The problem is the inner city people. It's like introducing them, and I don't want to put a man and a woman as a place in the place of God. Please don't get it wrong. But people might have faith and trust in the God that they can't see and stuff like that. So if you want to be a role model, now see how I'm trying to bring it in a little bit, right? In a sense, the same way I might have faith and trust in the spirit. I think that was the best way I could have put that right there. And I don't want to put a lot of my faith and trust in man. But I can see you physically. So if you're going to tell me what you're going to do, then I actually got to see you doing what you're telling me. Because I already heard it, now I got to see it. So now, when we believe in God or have faith in God, we can't see him. But he'll send little examples of I'm right here. You can't see me, but I'm here. Now, mind you, I'm going to just say this. As a deacon, as a minister, as a person that believes in the Bible, I didn't I didn't quote Nan scripture from what I was just saying. Because when you understand what to do, you go do it. I don't have to tell you because I'm here, because in Ephesians 4 and 5, they said that I need to act like this and talk like that in front of you. Do you know how boring that is to me? Do y'all know the reason why strangers didn't even know Jesus from Adam and Eve? But it was something about him that made them follow him. Strangers. And it wasn't as much as he said. When they follow you, they watching what you doing. And he basically showed them how to live better. And guess what? Your situation might not get better, but just the way you deal with your situation, you'll look at it more and I'm gonna say more in a more positive way. It could be negative as heck. It could be crazy as hell. But it's just the point. It is what it is, what it is. If you catch it in a way. Because you can't change it, you can't fix it. So sometimes you gotta accept it for what it is. You the one change. Because you changing your perception of how you see it. It could be a storm. And you know you powerless over that storm. But you know what you do? When you accept the fact it is what it is, there's a storm, it's outrageous, all that. But I'm all right. Because I can't let it weigh me down. And you know, by me saying that, I'm looking at the raging storm and all this and that. But I'm telling you, even though when troubles come, I might can't control it, I might can't do whatever, but it's the weather out there storm till it pass. But I'm still standing. I'm still standing. I told the lady tonight, I said, I get so sick and tired of trying to, it's like, help out people. I said, I'm just tired. I'm tired. And I tell y'all this all the time, right? And I told the police tonight too. I was going to run for the 12th district over here, right? I knew I wasn't going to win. Because one, I was going to run on the Republican ticket. I knew I wasn't going to win. But what I was trying to do was bring more awareness to the work that I do in Baltimore City. Because right now I'm reaching outside of Baltimore City for help in Baltimore City. Why do I gotta reach outside? Why? Why do I have to reach outside? Because the people that we hired to do the work in Baltimore City don't want to do it. They know they ain't gotta do it. Man, they in a position where they can just flaunt their name and be around, on the top 10 and all that. And can sit back and tell you stuff they doing. But when I hear what program you got going on in Baltimore City to help turn Baltimore City around, and I want you to tell me, because I know as a politician, you can't keep doing that. I know you can't. So guess what? Their hands are like, but it's the inner work, it's the inner city work that needs to be done. Now they like this, they can't do it because they into the other arena now. And when I realized that, when it was told to me, and when people say stuff like, you can still do it, you can still do it, and I try to tell you this, why did Pew get in trouble? Why they going after Donald Trump now? Yeah, but no, that's why they can't do certain things. And some people get in positions if they have a business or something going on, say a nonprofit or whatever. They can get into business. I mean, they can get into politics. And then their goal is to find a way to enhance their personal business without being caught. And I'm telling y'all, look at the ones that got caught that was in office doing certain things. Sheila Dixon, Mayor Pugh, Donald Trump. Because you're not supposed to, you can't. See, the best words I can find to put it is, um, you can't mix business and pleasure, right? When it comes to business and politics, that's the best way I can put it. So that's why I told y'all I would never vote again. I'm not telling you to don't vote. I won't vote because I know it's not a lot they can do for the inner city people. I already know that. I already know. So why should I jump on that bandwagon when I realize I'm doing the necessary work to help turn things around? It's a real slow process. Now, this is the second person. Now, this would I'm not gonna mention her name, but if you get a whiff of this on Twitter, because I know that's where I've been reaching out to more for Brandon Scott and them to understand some things. The two sergeants I met or talked to, they want to do work within the community to help the community itself to grow. And that's why I told the lady tonight, I need y'all more. I need y'all more as far as for us to do what we do. Then y'all probably need me. And this all I've been saying to all of them. If you need me, call me. And I'm looking at the regular police, don't understand certain things. But now this is the second officer. Because they trying to figure out ways and means to do stuff more productive in the community. So my thing is, I'm here. Now, she's going to pull up the videos of me calling to get the necessary help for my people so that they can find out who was the polices that did what they did. Now, mind you, I don't want to see nobody lose their job. So what I did, I handed her back the paper, the sheet that she had really kind of came out for, but she wanted to get a better understanding of what's what. And the goal is, I don't really want to blame them because when you don't know, you don't know. But you're feeding misinformation. You giving them ammunition to do what they doing. They fighting me. And I had to humble myself to go downtown and do the right things. Then you got, for eviction wise, you got about 3 separate ways. I don't want the money. Oh, well, you need this sheet right here. Well, in order to get them out, you still gonna have to wait 30 to 60 days. Hell no, I don't want to wait that long. What I'm gonna wait that long for? And I'm not getting paid. So I need to get them out, work on cleaning this up the space, and making rooms for the next people. Why are you holding me? And then the officer took the lady, he came to the house. This is on a report. She don't know. She called him at 11:35. I called him at 12 to come and do a wellness check on her 11-year-old daughter to make sure everything is all right, with the baby and everything. Because the mother right now is not there. So the police came to meet me around there at 12. At least I thought. Because there was already some police there that she had called at 11:35. That wasn't my time frame. So I'm kind of wondering why they didn't talk to me, because I'm the one that they confused again. But when I kept thinking about the guy said, no, this call came in at 11:35. I said, wait a minute, that wasn't me. Nobody never came out for that call that I asked them to come out for. But I asked the police, did y'all do a wellness check to make sure her and her daughter was okay? He said, yeah. But that wasn't why he was there. He was there for her. And then it didn't click in till later that nobody came out for that 12 o'clock call because somebody was already there. You cannot, because understand, she called. So you only going off of what she called for. So now I'm there, but you're not there to, follow up on what I called you for. So it dawned on me that whole time I was there, they never came out. But then when she ran to the door, because she had called the police again, and while I was there, but when she ran to the door, even if that was my 12 o'clock call, he's talking to her. So basically he's not trying to find out which one really made the call. So now he's following up on her when that's not why I called them out there. So I'm lost. They lost. Because when they got the call to come out, this is not the information that they told us. But she out there talking to him. So he confused. He don't know. But I'm the problem. And I told the police, I said, the only thing I didn't like now was that was the day before stuff. What I didn't like, I explained to the lady at 211 why I wanted them out there, right? I told her, I said, they really don't have to say nothing. They don't have to say nothing. But I just need them there so when I tell this guy he got to go, we won't start fighting. Now, mind you, when I say stuff like that now, I don't want to say it because a lot of times from me talking to the polices, and I tell you that I called you so that we can avoid this. So I won't have to like hit you or pop you, something like that. Now, when I start using words like that, which I'm telling you the truth, then they'll go back and say, oh, you thinking about hitting them? Do you really think you're going to pop them? And I'm like, what the freak? Didn't I just tell you? I'm trying to avoid this. Well, are you sure you don't need help? Wait a minute. This is my business. I help. And once again, guess what? Whatever I called them out for, it ain't get done. Because they go right over there and talk with the client and then come back and talk against whatever. Well, you got to go downtown. You got to do this. No, I don't. No, I don't. Well, you got rah, rah, rah. No, I don't. That's not what this is. Well, you got rah, 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 rah. So they feel like, as far as me, I'm ignoring what they saying. No, I'm not. I already know what you can do and what you cannot do. And I already know this too. As the landlord, that's all I got to do is give you like a verbal. That's all. Because I'm letting you know. If I give you time, right, maybe 14 days, that means if I want you out in 14 days, that means you got 14 days to try to find somewhere else to go. That don't that that don't mean stay and don't do nothing. But now when you stay, and I didn't gave you the paper you already knew, why you ain't gone? Now I got to do the other stuff. Because 9 times out of 10, you know what? You just already showing me that you're not going to leave, so we're going to fight. Not physically sometimes, but now I got to do the necessary things now to get you out. And if you don't read up on that type of stuff, you will not know. And for me, I have to find information that suits the type of work I do. I'm talking about my housing program. So now, be honest with you, I'm talking to people that does eviction, that will do the court process with you and everything. That's not what I'm trying to do. Like that. No, because we don't have a signed contract. So now I got to go back all over this with everybody, and they still saying the same things. But now I'm teaching y'all something new. I'm showing you something new to let you know. And to be honest with you, landlords don't have to go. Because if you already know that you're in the process, say like they're going to evict you, the thing is, why would you stay? And I understand you buying time. But if you know you haven't been paying your bills, your rent wise, you're not being productive, why would you stay? And then some of them will do it because they know it will take a certain amount of time for you to be able to live somewhere rent free. And look at the money y'all causing whoever to lose. And for some reason you got it wrapped in your head. That's okay. That's fine to do. But no, if you know you're not going to be able to make the like catch up with the payments, all that type of stuff, don't even take a person through that. Just go. Go. We understand you ain't got nowhere to go. Go. Cause you know it ain't going. Eventually you gone. So that's where I'm at with all that too. I want the brother and the sister locked up now for all this shit y'all taking me through. Right? Not like I said, I know the police don't really understand, but now I'm looking at the stuff I gotta do. And this is what I told the sergeant. Watch where I go. I can go on the corner or something like that and get 5 or 10 people. If I think that's how many it would take to actually physically pick him up and drag him out, I can do it. And it's nothing they can do. Nothing. But the problem is, if they start fighting, now they can lock whoever up for the fight. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fight you for that too. Did I not call y'all and ask y'all for help? Did I get the necessary help? No, because y'all steady telling me what you can do, cannot do, and all that, right? So why you want to arrest them? Because they fighting. That's what I told her tonight too. I said, now when you tell me what you can do, and I already know you can, that was the point of calling y'all. And I'm gonna smack this in your face. Look at the video of the polices from the main police station coming down Gay Street. You got people already homeless. And y'all gonna go down there and run them from the spot that they in, and they already homeless. So if you want to do it like that, that's what I work with the homeless and less fortunate people. So don't tell me what y'all can't do. When they went down there and kicked them out of there. So now if I say that to you, right, it will contradict everything you just said out your mouth. Because you told me legally we can't do this and that. So why did the police go and evict homeless people from being homeless? Only to scatter in other places. So you telling me what y'all can't do. So I'm watching the polices in my mind coming down the street. I'm telling you, this is not your regular landlord tenant thing. They, the homeless people sleeping and squatting in places. That ain't the regular landlord tenant thing. So when we call y'all to come and do something, you do it. You don't justify it. So now I'm left with feeling like it's nothing I can do. I'm helpless and hopeless. I'm feeling like I'm helpless and hopeless. But what I got to get you to do is actually listen while I share the difference of eviction notices and what's the purpose of them. And a lot of them don't know. They don't know. That's why she was so surprised. She was like, "Ooh, I got to go look at this. I got to go check that." Because they don't know. And basically, like everybody else, they going to say the landlord tenant. And I understand that. And I be trying to tell them they not tenants. They are clients, like patients. You know what I mean? Why y'all gonna make them? It's like a temporary housing program. Why y'all gonna make a temporary housing program temporary to permanent? But this is temporary. And then if you're not following the rules or doing right, and I need to remove them, you trying to make me feel like no, it's permanent because this is what I got to do to get them out. I'm like, no, no, it don't go like that. But because you don't know temporary to permanent housing, it's you still got to follow by the rules. And if you break them or you're not doing what you need to do to like turn your life around, what am I supposed to do? Keep you? And see, it's a big difference when you know stuff and you kind of know your rights. But you fighting people that trying to keep taking you in another area that doesn't have nothing to do with you and what you're trying to do. Only thing I needed them for was for protection. And like I told her tonight, I said, I can go. I'm telling you, I can go and get 10 Chinese people. I mean, what's that? Mexicans? I can go get some Mexicans and have them start moving their stuff. And it's nothing, remember what y'all said? It's nothing y'all can do. Then if you come and you try to put your mouth in it, I'm going to ask you this. Why are you here? Y'all told me what none of y'all could do. Which I know what I can do, but y'all going to tell me what y'all can't do. So what you got your mouth in it for? I told her that. I said, and then they get mad at me. Well, you ain't up to try it again. Try the tenant landlord with me again. Try it. And didn't I tell y'all I don't go by that? Yeah, but you still, I'm telling y'all, because that's how they been doing me. So I told her, I said, no, I don't want to get nobody in trouble, right? But they not doing what they supposed to. And then I called this place where they do evictions. And she said, Mister, your the situation is different because they do it through the court process and stuff. Nothing they could do. Man, the police told me nothing they can do. We can't evict him. I said, but you can ask him to leave. I just need y'all to like just agree with me. It's real simple. Just agree. You know, if he don't want you, it's like if you being in my car and I want you to get out my car, but you tell him, oh, I got mail in there in the glove compartment or under the seat, so that means I live in the car. So you gotta go get a thumping and evict me. See, I'll say stupid stuff like that because what they're doing is like stupid to me. Because I'm very clear on what I can and cannot do. And then once they realize it's nothing really, like really what you doing, sir, is different. I called the sheriff. They told me that they cannot, a sheriff or the marshal won't even get involved in it because my stuff is different. So now here I go. Who in the hell I can get to help me? I'm stuck. I call the police. I can't get help from them. I call the sheriff. And I already know it's different, right? Don't get it wrong. I already know that. But I'm taking everybody's suggestions to get the proper help. So I'm thinking if I pay the Green Beret, will they come? Because I'm trying to avoid like me and his brother getting into it, right? So I'm like, if I call the Green Beret, I can pay them to get him out. That's all I got to get you to do. Go up there, ask for the keys and stuff with your authority to get him out. I can do that. And even if, say, Dre or his sister call the police, I can tell them like this. Why y'all here? Why y'all here? Because this had nothing to do with landlord tenant. Remember, y'all told me y'all can't do nothing. So why you here? I know what my paper told me I can do. And they were so amazed about that. They was really amazed about that. Because some of us don't know. If you in a place and your landlord have to get an eviction notice to get you out, now if you lost your job and all that type of stuff, I can understand all that. That you Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off my daughter calling me. Then it clicked my thing off. I'm just sharing this with y'all. I feel better. I do. Because be honest with y'all, if I want to be mean and nasty, remember what I just said? I can go and get some people and just escort them out. I can do that. They can call the police all they want. And then once the police come, then I'll tell y'all what y'all told me. That y'all can't do nothing about it. So don't come in here trying to talk tenant landlord stuff now. Because that's not the process I have to follow. And I ain't breaking no laws. None. The only thing I asked y'all to do was watch my back. I'm telling you, and I even shared this with the police. I'm telling her I am not the man I used to be. And this guy need to be grateful because you sitting up there mugging me in my door from in my door. Now you know my ego like fuck him up. And I said, Miss, I was a big, evil, nasty dude. For him to do what he did, where I come from, you go down, bro. That's why I be telling them you don't know. And then you gonna talk stuff like, come on, you trying to bogart my stuff? It's like you taking from me. And now when I'm starting to feel a certain way, I don't fight. But I'm about to snatch this sucker out of my house. But the police gonna grab me. That's why I called y'all here. Then you asked me for the lease. So I'm going to get you the lease. Then you're gonna tell me I can't go in to get the lease. I'm mad. I'm mad. Cause I'm mad because I just said what I said and I made my own self angry. And I said I can't wait to talk to Commissioner Harris. I can't wait. Because I'm gonna tell it to you just like this. Sucker. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. Y'all know what I do. Move, Tammy. And I don't want to really blame stuff on the police because they don't know. And I'm asking for help, 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 help. Because I don't want it to turn out crazy. So, like I told the sergeant tonight, I said, guess what? Y'all telling me y'all can't do shit unless the law is broken. Like us fighting. Now y'all want to arrest us. And that's why I asked you here before it get like that. And don't tell me that's not true. You know why? Because I called the crisis center a while back about a client. And you know what they told me? And I'm telling her something that they might not understand. If I call you because of the state, like I had a guy in the house talking about he want to kill himself, commit suicide, commit suicide, commit suicide. So I want him to be signed away to get the intervention, get some help, right? Listen to what I'm saying. And it might not even sound real, but I had to tell this lady this. Do you not call the crisis center? They told me wasn't nothing they could do. I called the crisis center. They said there's nothing they can do. Now check this part out. They have to commit suicide. They have to commit suicide. And if they survive it, then they take them to get them the help. I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you did not. So my thing is, what about the intervention part? So to let y'all know that a lot of times when they come out, because you calling them so stuff won't get out of whack. And if they don't kind of tell a person to take a walk or something like that, and you telling them that if you leave me, this what this person gonna do, they hear everything you saying, but it's like it's nothing we really could do until they do it. Y'all don't realize that, do you? The crime has to be committed before they can intervene. Because now they see it for themselves visually and all of that. And this is what the police were saying, because we got to see it for ourselves and stuff like that. And she a lie. And not, no. I'm going to back it up. She's not a lie. My nephew and his brother was in here fighting. My nephew threw a glass at his brother. I told the police, I said, they're fighting now. They was here. They was physically listening. I called them to avoid it. But this would happen. My one nephew was running out of the house that was fighting his brother. His brother threw a glass at him. And it went out and fell right at the police feet. They still ain't do nothing. They still ain't do nothing. So they say what they want, but I'm telling you what you guys do. And this is what a lot of us are starting to witness now with the police department. They will watch something happen. And I like to, it's nothing to kid and joke about, but I'll say it. Until they can actually either shoot you, they ain't gonna get involved until they can shoot or kill your ass. Now that's not my words because I'm just trying to see how they make it look. And do not tell me that's not the way it is because I will share a story to let you know what happened. And I'm looking at the police like, wait a minute, he just threw the cup out. I mean, the glass. So he was throwing it to hit his brother. I'd already told them they was up there fighting. They ain't come in and do nothing. And I'm seeing this. And they ain't do nothing. So I was sharing that with another police, right? And she said, what time was it? It was almost 7 o'clock. She said, oh, they was getting ready to get off. I'm like, damn, damn, damn. Because they should have. Then look, if I told you they was up there fighting, y'all was supposed to came in here and kind of broke that thing up, right? Now I'm gonna tell you, if they was in here shooting guns, 9 times out of 10, the police's ass probably would have ran. Oh shit, they shooting for goddamn police. Oh yeah, that's right. I can shoot back. Matter of fact, I can go kill. Now I'm joking and playing with this now. Don't. But this is how, from what I'm looking at, they ain't even trying to help no more. And I'm like, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this type of police stuff. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Prime example, and I told about Tyree. When that police pulled up, said he didn't get that boy time to do nothing. Dropped the knife. This day he just started shooting. Pop, 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 pop. He couldn't shot him in the arm. He couldn't have shot him in the leg just to bring him down. 16 shots. I said, Tyree was my friend. And when I say that, because we both, was like for the community and stuff like that. I don't care how his attitude was, but he was all about helping the children. He was all about, like when a person loses a loved one or whatever. When he do stuff like that, it's to keep their memories alive. It's harming that because he's spray painting and stuff. And then when you're dealing with people like him, when he would come on, he might have like about 3,000 people on there, viewers. You might got about 50 of them just throwing negative stuff back at him because that's what people do. I get one person on here, and that sucker want to follow me through my whole thing. And a lot of the stuff Devin be saying, that's how I know it's Devin, because the loose stuff he be talking about Christina Flowers about chefing us, and that's how I know it's him. But this time, cause I blocked Chris Butler, so Devin the handyman, that's Devin. And when you start coming on my stuff, bringing up old stuff, and I basically know you somebody that's familiar with us, with Christina Flowers chefing all of us. When you talk about that white box truck. Then Ted told, look, the Hamill builders, Mr. Hamill gave me the box truck. Said you can have it. But I thought when we went that I would have to write a receipt out for it because I wanted him to donate it. And we would write a receipt. The lady went in the back, came back and told me, she said, Mr. Hamill said, you can have it. She did not tell Chef that. She did not tell Claudia that because I'm the one that went looking for the box truck. Well, was asking her to get the box truck. But Chef claimed the box truck. Talking about, yeah, Steve Copeland. He knows they gave it to him, to Steve Copeland. But it belongs to No One Person Goes Hungry now. You already said it. You already said it. But because I was a part of No One Person Goes Hungry, I ain't have a problem with that. And he went and he put it in his name. He didn't allow me to do it because the truck was given to me. So just to get it away from me, so he thought, because I already had the paperwork stating it was given to me. I was the one that went and paid for the tags and registration. Got all that too. I'm the one that has the original title. All of that. All the paperwork I got. But because we were together, he went and tried to claim it for his companies. I mean, a nonprofit. So he was able to do what he had to do because he probably went to somebody he knew. I can do that too. But I got the original bill of sale and all that because it wasn't a bill of sale. It was just saying that, they turned it over. I got all that. I already knew that. That's why he got to the point. Look, after we went through what we went through, right? He knew he had no win. He already knew that. But I'm just saying that because when Chris Butler was coming in, I knew who it was when he started talking about that box truck and said I stole the box truck. Now you on my page, I'm trying to talk about something, and you want to come on dropping a bunch of negative bull junk that don't go with nothing that's said, and then you want to try to badmouth and throwing out certain names, and it's a story with everybody, and I tend to talk about it because you putting out funky information, lies, and mine's I don't have to lie. That's how I feel. Then again, I don't have to lie. So if say like a 50, 60-year-old woman, if she go file charges against me, said I sexually harassed her and all this stuff, a 60-year-old woman, 61-year-old woman, you weigh over like 200, 300 pounds. Okay. And I got to go to court. I just sit there, shut my mouth, let you do what you got to do. And then when the judge asks me, Mr. Copeland, do you want to speak? Sure. People keep calling my phone, knocking my stuff off. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready to go. But let me say this, because somebody did that to me, right? And I'm sitting there. They know I don't date women my age. They know I don't date big women. And they sat there and told the judge that. So the judge like, well, what are you here for? Because she tried to say too that I was stalking her and all this type of stuff, but you just told her you don't date big women. You don't date old women, women your age. Why would he stalk you? Stalk you? She didn't realize she was telling on herself. So the judge said, Mr. Copeland, you got something you want to say? I said, be truthful, Your Honor. I don't even know this woman. I said, I met her from Accountability March. So, we going to 5 different spots. And you know how when somebody see you, they might find you attractive, blah, blah, that. So she was trying to draw my attention. Other than that, I don't know her. I don't know her like that. So I ain't even had to say nothing about stalking her or whatever, whatever. Right? I ain't had to do that. Just shut my mouth. Cause your lie gonna prove itself. And that's what I'm gonna do Monday when I go to this rental court thing, right? I mean, not the rental court, the one for the petition, right? I'm gonna just sit there and listen. And when the judge say, Mr. Copeland, why you do this and why you do that, I'm gonna say, Your Honor, she's living in my housing program. I house homeless and less fortunate people and help them turn their lives around. So when they leave my program, the goal is to get them into like a low to moderate income house or something like that, something they can afford. And I don't mean something like that because that's the goal, right? She never put on that paper. that she was in my housing program. She put on that paper. She was residing at this residence since late August. I didn't get the house until September, 2 weeks before the month was out. Then I had to wait to get the gas and electric on. So once the gas and electric, because I had to send them the application and everything to let them know the lease, to let them know that I'm taking over the property and I'm the new tenant and stuff like that, right? She didn't come in till 10:01 October. So everything she put on that paper was a lie. And I ain't got to say nothing. I can show her the BGE bill because it's in strengthening the community. I can show her my Xfinity bill because it's in Stephen Copeland's name. Now, the way she had it sound like her and some other tenants, as I read the second, third page, was actually paying the landlord. No, I pays the landlord. That's my house. The lease is in my name. So I can ask the judge to ask her to show receipts that she's been paying the landlord or the owner, because that's what she was saying. I can show her my cash app, but I've been cash apping the money to him every month. She lied. And then only thing now mind you, because of me and my big mouth and all that type of stuff, I know people take me in a negative way. I already know that. And mainly if I get loud, I already know now you cutting me down. Which I don't have a problem with that because I'm not trying to do stuff to please people. So I've gotten to the point, to be honest with y'all, I said I was going to stop appearing so nasty and mean. But if that's the way you see me, that's your problem, not mine. Not mine. Because if you know this is my heart and this is my passion, I'm coming from here. So y'all get all that mixed up with the outside. So I know a lot of people just don't understand me. And I'm not going to keep trying to explain myself to y'all. But just keep in mind, the name of the couch conversation, right? Show. I'm starting to use the word now, keeping it real. Because I feel like for me, I don't have a reason to lie. I don't try to put myself in situations where I have to lie. Because normally when you lie and you can't keep up with your lie and you're trying to straighten something out, you're going to end up adding and changing and all that. But the truth don't need no support. So 9 times out of 10, if I'm saying something, I can say it again and again and again and again. Why? Because I'm telling you the truth. But when the person lie, watch how many times they switch things and add it. I ain't got to tell you that. The goal is whatever happened, I'm going to tell you the way it happened. Then if you ask me again, I'll tell you what happened. Then if you ask me a million times, I'm going to tell you what happened. Because I'm telling you my truth. But guess what? For somewhere in there, you got to be lying, Steve. Because don't nobody. No, they take work. I ain't going to lie to you. But I'm just trying to be sarcastic in what I'm saying too, right? Because after a while, I try not to keep taking it so personal. And I feel good because this is the second sergeant that I talked to that really was willing to listen and hear what I was saying, you know. Because I know for me, I already know y'all. I already know. You got to be a special person to pay attention to me. But basically, you don't. If you connect to my spirit, you'll understand what I'm doing. I'm sharing the truth. And it's not about me lying, manipulating, and all of that. But if you listen and you listen you will hear my love and you will hear my passion for helping people. But because I have this fighter spirit, right? This warrior spirit, and I tell y'all, my mouth is my biggest weapon. That's how I fight. I tell you that all the time. But it's like y'all will look at me and you will look at me in more like a negative way of how I'm putting stuff out. And I can't worry about that. I can't. I can't. And if people feel like they rather gravitate more to lying people because they seem like they more credible, then do what you gotta do. I ain't mad about that. I ain't mad. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. If I gotta do it by myself, you better check out the ones that's mostly walking by themselves. Because I can sit back and tell y'all a lot of stuff. Like ceasefire, we still got over 300 murders. Like Safe Streets, we still got over 300 murders. Like Hug Don't Shoot, we still got over 300 murders. Like the police department, we still got over 300 murders. And for a lot of y'all that don't really understand, not when most of the people get a nonprofit, when they send you your EIN number, stuff like that, you have a certain community that you're working that nonprofit out of. So actually, that nonprofit belongs to the community. But you over everywhere else trying to do your nonprofit when you're supposed to be building up in that specific community. But it's the people, and a lot of people that files for nonprofit status, they don't even know themselves. That's why you got a lot of them with the address over here for the nonprofit over west. And it's not to say you can't do it, but basically, right, you supposed to be building back up in that particular community. So that's why for me, I will go out to see what community, what nonprofit in the community doing what they supposed to do to help build up in that community. Because that's what you told the state and the government. And I'm telling y'all, a lot of nonprofits don't even know that. That they take it as a nonprofit, they take it for their own personal stuff. This is me, this mine, I started that. It belongs to the community. Just like your churches. It belongs to the community. Pastor don't own that. It's a community thing. It's to build up in your community. Now, that's not to say you can't spread out and do other things, but it's basically for whatever address you gave them that you're going to build your business in. And some of us do get big enough now where we can expand to other areas with our nonprofit and stuff like that. But when you come back down and you get it personal, it's for the community. So I love y'all. My daughter called me and I got to call her brother and see what she talking about. Love y'all and I'm out.